Hi everybody, welcome back to Project Strong and our Strong at Home workout. And we're on to number 21 today. Good work for everybody, all of you keeping up and following along. I know not all of you are always able to get each workout done as I release them, but I know a lot of you are keeping up and following along and letting me know how you're doing, and that's great. You keep going because you're going to come out of this stronger and ready to be back in the gym when we finally get the go-ahead to head back to the gym. We're still obviously waiting like everybody else out there. Things are starting to slowly open up. We haven't had any official word from the government yet on what we can do as gyms or personal trainers yet. Hopefully we'll hear something maybe in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, I'm encouraging all of you to stay safe, be smart, minimize your risks when you're out there. A lot of our locally owned and operated businesses are opening up, so make sure you check in ahead of time on what their protocols are, if they require you to wear a mask. But pretty much everybody's asking that you make sure you wash your hands on your way in and out. Most businesses are providing hand sanitizers on your way in and out. So just be smart and let's keep going with this. We're going to get through this. So here's your workout today. We're going to start with a little bit of overhead movement prep, a little bit of stretching. So the first thing we're going to do, if you have a chair or an ottoman, we'll use that. Some of you, and you can be on your knees, then you're going to go to that lower chair or ottoman. Those of you that can't be on your knees, you might go to a countertop height or maybe the back of your couch, and you're going to stay standing up. So I'll show you the two positions. So this is using the chair. We're going to get down onto our knees and we're going to position so our hands are on the chair, hips are over our knees. We're now going to bend over and let those elbows rest on the chair, and we're just going to sink down in. I can let my hands fold back or they can stay out here, whichever is more comfortable for you. Where we should be feeling this is a gentle stretch through our lats that help us open up our shoulders for moving overhead. And we should feel a little bit of gentle stretching and thoracic extension in our thoracic spine. So we're just going to rest here for about 10-20 seconds. Just feel that gentle stretch. Release and come up a moment. And then we're going to go back down into it. 10 to 20 seconds, resting down into that position. Just making sure you can breathe. Don't forget to breathe as we feel these stretches. Remember, the stretches should not be painful. You should feel that gentle lengthening. So if we're in a standing up position, so hands are on whatever whatever I'm using, my couch or my countertop. Gonna walk my feet back, hips over my feet. I'm gonna then aim my elbows on and just gently sink my chest down and feel that lengthening through the lat. That's gonna allow us to stretch out those lats that are gonna allow for overhead movement today. The next thing that you'll need today for our workout is a large towel rolled up in the shape of a foam roller, or a foam roller if you have one. Also, a rolled up yoga mat can work. So we're not going to actually roll up and down on this. What we're going to do is position this on the floor, and it is going to be perpendicular to our spine. So we're going to get down on the floor. If you're doing this on a couch or a bed, you want to make sure it's firm. So that's where the floor is a little bit better, but I know for those of you who don't like to get down on the floor, you might choose to do this on your couch or your bed. Try and find the firmer surface in your home. If you have a firmer bed, go to that. And basically what we're going to do is just position this across, so at where the bottom of our rib cage starts. That would be our thoracic spine. And we're just going to lay back and let our back just go into that gentle extension over. Some of you may find you get a little bit dizzy in this position, or your head doesn't get to the floor very well. If that's you, don't be afraid to put a little pillow underneath your head. So once you've spent about 10 seconds in that position, your arms are just relaxed. It's going to allow you to open up your chest a little bit. You're then going to sit back up, slide your bottom on the floor away from your towel roll. Okay, that's the easier way to do that. So you just inch your bottom forward, then lie back again. And it's just going to change that position on your thoracic spine. Okay, make sure we're not getting into huge lumbar extension here. That is staying neutral, but we're just trying to get the thoracic spine, which is that space in our rib cage, to go into extension. And then once you've spent about 10 to 20 seconds there, slide that bottom about 1 to 2 inches again, further away from the towel, and lie back one more time on that towel roll. And you're just going to relax and breathe in those places. Once you've done that, we're going to get up and we're going to go over to a wall. So here's my wall, and we're going to go into our wall press. So heels are a little bit away from the wall, but what we're after is trying to get our bottom on the wall and that thoracic spine on the wall. If we can get the back of the head to the wall without getting into our extension in our neck and chin up, this is not how we want our head to the wall. We want to keep that chin down so that that cervical spine remains neutral. So some of you will be able to get your head there, some of you won't. We're going to bring our arms out to the side. So in that I give up position, make sure the belly is tight, and then we're just going to press straight up and down, trying to see how close to the wall we can get our elbows and our hands. Now, not all of you will be able to get that close. We're going to do 6 of these. Some of you will be out here, and you're going to go through that range of motion wherever your range of motion is. Okay, so if you're out here, that's okay, but what you should be feeling is gentle stretching as you're trying to think about bringing those arms back towards the wall while this stays locked in. And we're not getting into this reaching and arching to get our arms up. So that's where we need to keep the belly tight, okay? So 6 of those. Once we have done 6 of those, we're gonna get down onto our floor into our plank position. So we're gonna do our shoulder tap plank. So ideally, we're here on the floor on our toes, and we're gonna shift our weight to one hand, touch the opposite hand to the shoulder. So 6 of these in total, so it ends up being 3 each shoulder, alternating between. Once you have done 6 of the shoulder tap plank, widen out your feet, and now we're going to do a toe push-up. So what we're going to do is, same idea, release one hand off the floor. My hip is going to come up as I'm going to reach my opposite arm towards my opposite toe. Place the hand back. So I release, push back through this arm, and reach to the opposite toe. So the hip comes up, but the back stays flat. So we're getting a little bit of upper body pushing, and we're going to do 6 in total of those, and then come up. So if being down on the floor position is too much, remember we can raise our hands up to a higher surface and do both the shoulder tap plank as well as the toe tap push-up off of a higher height. So this is how your shoulder tap plank would look. Shift my weight, touch my opposite shoulder. Then I go to my toe tap push-up, widen my feet out a little bit more, and I'm going to push with this arm as I reach back towards my toe. Come back into my plank. Release hands, push through that arm, flat back as my hip goes back, reach towards that toe. Each time I come back into my plank position and then push myself back. Hips go back, push through that upper body. 6 in total, okay? Okay, so now we're on to 10 Cossack squats. So we're in our nice wide stance, tall spine. We're going to shift our hips back and come down to one side. So we're doing 10 in total. Stand up tall, hips go back, 10 to the other side. We're trying to think about getting our hip as low as possible and our chest stays up. So we're doing 10 of these. So that is our warm-up. We're going to go through that round twice. So once you've done your thoracic mobility and your overhead mobility, that's going to lead you into being able to do your 6 wall press, 6 shoulder tap plank, 6 toe tap push-ups, 10 Cossack squats. That you will do twice. And that is your warm-up for today. Okay, so here we are for our strength portion. Here we're going to be doing 5 sets of our 2 exercises today. Our 2 exercises are our tempo squats. You will be trying to load those, so you'll be using 1 load or 2 loads in both hands, depending on what you've got at home to create your loads, as well as you'll be needing for shoulder press as our second exercise, so you'll ideally need 2 weights of similar weight, or that 1 load if you've got a weak shoulder. So our tempo squat, so I'm going to be sitting. So it's a tempo box squat that we're going to work on. So I'm going to sit myself so that my bottom is on the edge of whatever chair that I'm deciding to use. Feet are in my squat stance, and I can take my load and bring it up to my shoulders, to my chest. And what we are going to do from here, so this is the bottom position, and I'm going to stand up to my standing up position just so I'm now set and started. So you notice that there's the space of my heel from the chair. My heels are not right at the chair. So tempo squat, we're going to go slowly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till my bottom touches the chair. A little pause. You notice I'm not sitting, it's just touching, and then I'm standing up fast. Then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to the chair, kiss the chair, stand up fast, and then we do 1 more. So we're only doing 3, and we stand up fast. So that is your squat work today. So you'll be doing 3 reps, alternating next with the shoulder press. So shoulder press, our rep scheme is 6 to 8 reps. However, if you don't have a heavy enough load, because we're going to be trying to make that feel like a 7 or 8, progressively loading if we can. If you don't have a heavy enough load, then you may increase your reps to 10 to 15 reps as your maximum reps for today. So our shoulder press, you can use your jugs if you choose. So 1 jug in each hand. Feet are right underneath our hips. Our belly is nice and tight. Our glutes are turned on, so we're squeezing our glutes. Nice tight belly, tall spine, making sure that as we press up overhead, that we're not arching back to get those weights up. We're trying our best to keep that spine in alignment. If we find we're doing this and arching our back, we need to lighten the load. So remember, if we've got one shoulder that's weaker than the other with some issues going on, we can go to 1 load, have both shoulders share the load. So shoulder press, 6 to 8 reps, alternating with our tempo squats, 3 reps, slowly down, stand up fast. Make sure you get 1 to 2 minutes of rest between each set of exercises and 5 times through. And that's your strength workout for today. Okay, so now we are on to our conditioning workout. This workout is going to take 12 minutes with you moving at a steady pace. There's no programmed rest in it, but remember, if you need to rest, then you take the rest. So, equipment that you will need. Weights for shoulder press. For this, we're lightening the load. We're going to a much lighter load than what you would have finished off at in your shoulder press in our strength work. So I've got my little 3-pound dumbbells here. For our row that we're going to do today, you can use a Theraband, or you can use your dumbbells that you're going to use for your shoulder press. Either one is fine. So what we are doing in our workout, we will be doing 6 shoulder press. Nice light shoulder press. We should be able to move fairly quickly with that, maintaining good form. So 6 shoulder press. We can continue to use these for our row. We're going to go into our bent over hinge row. So hips go back, flat back, arms hang right underneath shoulders, elbows come back along our rib cage. Think about the forearm gliding along our rib cage. Nice flat back through the movement, tight belly, and we do 9 reps with that. If we need to go to a lighter load, we can use our Theraband. So this is our other option. So we can do a Theraband row. So this is what you're going to have to determine you can do with what you have at home. So from there, you're then going to go to a Goblet Cossack Squat. So I'm going to take my slightly heavier weight, go into my Cossack stance, and my hips go back, down to one side, stand up, that's 1. Hips go back, down to the other side, that's 2. So I'm doing 12 of these. Once I've completed 12 of these, then I go right back to my dumbbells for my shoulder press. So 6 shoulder press, 9 row, and then 12 Cossack squat. We're doing all of that at a steady pace for 12 minutes. And that is your workout for today. Okay, so we are almost done, but we have one last little bit of mobility. So we're going to go back to the mobility we started with from the very beginning. So that stretching of the lats and the opening up of our thoracic spine. So the 2 movements, so we can use the higher position, that's getting those elbows to that height, send the hips back, let the chest fall through. Here I want you to spend 1 to 2 minutes in that position. We can also be on the lower chair, down on our knees. And then we're going to go back to our towel. So lying with the towel perpendicular to the spine, starting at the lower part of your rib cage. And we're going to finish with this lying back. You might need to put that pillow underneath your head. And we're just going to work on breathing and relaxing 1 to 2 minutes, and then we slide our hips down, lie back again. Aim for 3 positions on your thoracic spine with the towel roll, foam roller, or yoga mat, whatever you can put underneath your back comfortably to open up your back. And that's what we're going to finish off with today. So don't forget to like and subscribe to these videos, and don't forget also to share with any of your friends. Thank you to everybody who has, and we'll see you again next time.